Tonight, WWE NXT debuts on CW. There's a brand new channel, a brand new home. But will we be seeing a brand new show on NXT? I doubt it. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. It doesn't seem to matter whether SmackDown's going back to USA Network, or whether Raw's going 2 hours, or whether Raw's going to Netflix, or whether NXT is going to CW. Right now, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, they seem to think they're putting out an incredible product. Those guys seem to think that this current period of wrestling is the best we've ever seen. So, I think nothing is going to change. I don't think we're going to see drastic changes with NXT. I think we're pretty much going to see the same thing we've been seeing in the last couple of years since Michaels has been there. Yeah, if I'm wrong, I'll happily be wrong. CM Punk is in tonight's show, but honestly it doesn't feel that special because we've already seen CM Punk on NXT over the past couple of weeks. To what he has done, absolutely he's done nothing really apart from just come out and, you know, kiss people's arses really. Put over Trick Williams, put over Julia. Is that not the CM Punk I want to see? The pandering Punk? No. Thought we were going to see, you know, the real CM Punk that we haven't seen since he came back to WWE, and I think what we're getting is probably the worst version of the guy, to be honest, so I'm not excited to see him tonight. He's going to be the special guest referee. I mean, I personally couldn't care whether he's a referee or a baggage handler or whatever, man. I don't want to see CM Punk tonight. But we'll start with the bottom of the card then, and we will work our way up. So, opening match, we've got Lola Face and Jada Parker. They're teaming up together to take on Fatal Influence. Just seems like a rip-off, my opinion, of Toxic Attraction. What I will say is, though, it's a decent name. I think Fatal Influence is a much better name, especially when you compare it to that pure Fusion Collective shite on Raw. It's a much better name. Anyway, here we go. Who's going to win this? Lola Face, Jada Parker. Not entirely sure, really. Don't honestly care. There's been some tension between Face and Jada Parker. They both got issues with Fatal Influence, so I guess we'll see that, you know, come to an end tonight. I'm going to go for Face and Parker to win. I like Jada Parker for obvious reasons, so yeah, I've got to go with that team to win there. Why not? Right, up next we have Wesley and Zach Wentz in a street fight. So these two guys have obviously faced each other at the last NXT Premium Live event. Zach Wentz came out on top, and I believe this time it will probably be Wesley. Look, yeah, I get it, they were former tag team partners. Wesley has turned his back on his tag team partner and his former faction guy in TNA, and they're doing the whole crossover thing, so I mean, I get that, but honestly, I just don't really care about this match, and it is what it is. I just don't really care. I think Wesley will win, but I mean, whether this happened or not, it doesn't really bother me, to be honest, but it's a rematch for No Mercy, so it is what it is. We have Miz TV. So the Miz also come to NXT. You can see WWE are trying to send down some of their, you know, bigger stars. Obviously, Punk's here. Miz is here. Next week, you've got Randy Orton in St. Louis. But, like, why does Randy Orton wrestle? Why can Randy Orton get in the ring? And why can he still go and give his matches, but CM Punk can't wrestle? The guy's been back and he hasn't wrestled on Raw. He hasn't really done anything other than that Royal Rumble appearance and, you know, the matches with Drew McIntyre. Like, why can't we see Punk come to NXT? Why can't he have a match, you know, if you really want to do something? I mean, Punk being the referee, it doesn't really do much for me, you know. Whatever, man. I mean, whatever. CM Punk referee, I personally don't really care. Miz tonight hosting Miz TV. When was the last time Miz TV was good? You know, it's probably I think the last time the Miz was truly good was probably when he was feuding with Daniel Bryan. I think that's when the Miz felt like he was, you know, over, and he was like actually producing good stuff. I mean, he's the Miz, and he can cut a promo. You know, he's never going to lose that, but he just hasn't felt important in a very, very long time. Yet he's here tonight to apparently host an important edition of, you know, Miz TV. He's going to be having Obafemi in there. He's going to be having the Don, Tony D'Angelo in there. We'll see what both guys have to say ahead of their North American title match, which I believe is going to happen next week, since it's not happening this week. I think that's taking place in St. Louis. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, look, it's Miz TV. I mean, it could be a decent wee segment, but it's, you know, it is Miz TV at the end of the day. We've seen it plenty of times. Up next, we've got Roxanne Perez taking on Julia. By the way, I don't know if I predicted Wesley to win, but I'm definitely predicting Wesley to win. Anyway, Roxanne Perez defends the NXT Women's Championship against Julia. I think this match will main event. I actually think Punk's going to kick off the show as the special referee. I believe that this match will probably main event the show. And yeah, we're going to see what happens. Will Roxanne Perez continue her NXT Championship reign, or will Julia, come in and defeat Roxanne and be the new champ and be the face of this division heading into the CW era? We'll find out the answers to that tonight. We've seen Julia wrestle once, I believe, since coming in a match against Chelsea Green. I thought she was okay. Didn't think she was overly special. We'll see what she does tonight. I think Roxanne's a pretty decent wrestler. And if Julia is as good as half the hype around her is, then, we should actually get a really good match tonight between these two. I'm personally going to go with Julia to win. Everyone thinks Julia to win would be a shock. I'd kind of be half shocked if Roxanne Perez retained, to be honest. I think that Roxanne will lose this, and maybe we'll see her, make the move to Raw or SmackDown. But at the same time, it's like, when was the last person that came up for NXT? When did they make a successful move? It hasn't really happened. So I'm not convinced, but we'll see. I mean, you can't just not move somebody up in case they get lost in the shuffle. You have to take the chance. You have to take the gamble. I'm just not convinced right now Roxanne Perez is going to go to the main roster and be successful. I think that she will. And look, you don't have to leave just because you lose straight away in NXT. I agree that you shouldn't be on NXT for much longer than, I would say, you should be in NXT for no more than 3 years. And Roxanne Perez must be getting close to approaching the 3 years. But for me, it's like, I think she could be there probably till Mania. And then they do the draft after that. She could probably be on NXT until Stand and Deliver. I don't see why not. Anyway, I'm going to go with Julia to win. And then we move in to this match here. I don't think it will be the main event, but here, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. It is Ethan Page, the NXT champion, defending against Trick Williams. Will Page get that ass whooped tonight? Whoop that Trick, whoop that Page. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I think that Trick Williams should win. I don't think he should have lost the belt in the first place. Ethan Page, man, I think he's been a terrible champion. Honestly, I cannot stand this guy. I seem to have lost all interest in NXT since he actually won the belt, to be fair. And I've got to believe that going forward, it's going to be Trick Williams' era. I don't think Trick's ready to go to the main roster just yet. I don't see no issue, by the way, in having Trick be on NXT for a bit longer, because, yeah, he's been on it a while, but he was under the shadow of Carmelo Hayes. He only came out of the shadow towards the end of, towards really, the end of 2023. Before that, he was kind of just, Carmelo Hayes' lackey, almost. So, yeah, I think that there's room for Trick Williams to stay on NXT. I think he will win the night, Ethan Page. I think he will beat him. And, Punk will probably call it in the middle. Maybe we'll see Punk even hit a GTS on Ethan Page if Ethan Page crosses the line or some shit like that. I'm going to go with Trick Williams to win, guys. So that's my predictions. I'm going with Trick Williams. I'm going with Julia. I'm going with two brand new champs to start this brand new era of NXT. I'm going with Wesley. And I'm going with Lola Face and Jada Parker, the two chicks with the big asses. That's what I'm going with, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. You know what? Am I excited for tonight's show? Not really, but it could be decent. It might be the best NXT we've seen in a long time. It should be, to be honest, with the card. You got two big title matches. You got CM Punk there, you got The Miz there. If NXT can't be good tonight, then when can it ever be good? That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Anyway, that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.